Hey, I see 2 people have joined. Can you hear me? Hey guys, this is Tyler. I see a couple people have joined. If you can hear me, please type a number or a message in the chat or just speak up. Hey guys, this is Tyler. Can you hear me? Hey guys, this is Tyler. Can you guys hear me? there is a group chat text box on the one left-hand side of your screen, and you can mute your mic on the top as well as your camera. I'm getting some messages through Facebook that you can hear me, but you're not quite sure how to pull it up. I'm not seeing anyone in the group chat. Can someone type in the group chat, see if it works? Ah, the meeting's starting now, it says. Is there a direct link to the Hangout? Let's see here. I shared both of the links just a few minutes ago. It doesn't let you participate in the live Hangout. That's interesting. Let me pull up my Google account here and see about getting you guys better access. Sorry for this technical glitch. Let's see here. Try that. Bear with us a few seconds, everyone. Just trying to get everything set up and this working. Seems like you can see the chat, but you can't join as. There we go. I got one person. I got Andres on. Hey, Andres.
There we go. So it's
Wrong
yeah,
link.
it's the link that you sent me if we want people to participate, because people can hear us the regular way through the event page, but the that link that you just sent me, that's if we want them to pull them in here and participate to be able to talk.
Let's get everyone on board here. I'm going to share a link through the S3Rp Shaker basic group. I'm gonna post the link right now. That should allow you guys to be interactive with us.
I think it's got a limit of 10 people that could do it at the same time, but I'm sure we'll do almost maybe like a Q&A type setup. where if somebody wants to come on and ask a question, and then once they're done, we can almost kick them out. They can just watch through the event page and pull someone else in.
Perfect. Yeah, right now we only have 10 viewers total, so I'm not sure who's watching on the YouTube channel, but currently it's we have 11. Okay. Seems like people are starting to click on the link.
Okay, cool. We'll give some people a chance to maybe hop on here.
Okay, everyone, I've posted the link to the other link, the secondary link, so that you can jump in and join the conversation. If you go over to the Facebook page, the S3Rp Shaker Basic group, I'll also post it here in the chat box. Okay, we have 10 viewers. Anyone want to come over and join the conversation? This is about us getting together and discussing how we're using the tool. So the more people we have in the conversation, the better. Give a few more minutes for people to jump over. Again, I posted a link in 2 different locations over at the S3Rp Shaker Basic group, and one in the group chat box.
So we're just going to give a few minutes for people to jump in.
Make the switch to America's favorite brand and get a Ford Fusion with 0% financing for $60 plus $1,000 cash back. Or lease one for only $1
Hey, Ryan.
This was my mom's. We picked it up on another's best friend.
Okay, it looks like we have another attendee. Brian joined us in the conversation. So how you doing today, Andres?
Good, good. Been a laid-back day. No, I think I muted Brian because I had a lot of background noise, but now I don't know how to unmute him. I don't know if you have the ability to mute and unmute people.
Yeah, there's a little. I see he's muted, but I don't see how to unmute him.
Brian, if you can hear us, you're muted at the moment, so see if there's an icon somewhere on your screen, usually at the top of the screen, so you can unmute yourself.
Hey guys, I'll be watching and participating through chat. Mute is fine for the moment. Lots of noise here. Okay, sounds good, Brian.
Okay.
Let's give it a couple more minutes and let's see if we can get some more people in the chat.
Yeah, I think Peter's gonna hop on maybe, and maybe Michael, and I know Ganti was trying to hop on as well. Has some questions. There we go. We got Peter.
Hello guys, can you hear me?
Yes. How you doing?
I'm good.
Hey, how you doing today?
Good, good.
It's nice to have another
This is
person.
my
Yeah, I see someone else joined. Okay, let's give it a. I say we give it one more minute and then we'll start, and we'll just get into the reason why I wanted to put this together.
All right. I know there's some people that had some questions, so I don't know. I mean, this is your show, so how did you want to get this going?
I'm looking at this as our show. I love the tool that you guys have built. I use it now on a daily basis. It does everything I could think of. It saved me so far hundreds, if not thousands, of hours in building out pages, and I wanted to bring everyone together to. This is a community. You guys have an active community here. The basic Facebook group is nonstop. It's got good content, good conversation, good people. Everyone's been trying to help everyone else out, and I thought it would be great to bring everyone together in a format like this where we can actually have face-to-face dialogue. We all have questions. It's great reading through forums. It's great reading through threads, but it's also nice to be able to get together on a regular basis, discuss what we're working on, maybe even then off into smaller groups. But build a community that's face-to-face, because to me it's quicker. To me it's a just a more interactive, a better way of doing things. So I figured I'd throw it out there and see what the response was. And we've got 10 viewers, and we got a handful of questions. And I was hoping we'd get more people to be presenters. But if we can't get that, then we'll just do it. We'll do it off the cuff. You know, we'll answer our own questions. We'll ask our own questions. I'd like to see if we get maybe one or two power users of the software, so that they can explain how they're going about things, because I know how I'm doing things and my methodologies. But everyone's going to have their own take on things. And if someone's got something that works or suggestions to make it more streamlined, I'm all about making it more efficient. So my basic agenda, I'll share my screen here. I put together a very, very basic agenda.
Hold on. If we're not speaking, if you're not speaking at the moment, up in the top left corner, you should see a little thing that says mute microphone. Then that way should make it easy for everyone to be able to jump in and out without interrupting each other.
Hey Todd, your background noise is being picked up. If you can mute your line. There we go.
Perfect. Okay.
Just to put together a basic agenda. The way I saw this was 8 to 10 minutes introduction, 8:10 to 8:20 review a question / topic, see if there's any new questions, 8:20 to 8:35 a deep dive on questions and or have a speaker / presenter, 8:35 to 8:50 again a deep dive on a question. You know, pick one out of the group, and or a speaker presenter, and then 8:50 to 9 wrap up with the session. And I just stole some basic notes from a Passion for Business website, what a mastermind group is. Pretty much we hit this. Answers and ideas, tap into each other's experiences, increase confidence, accountability for progress, instant support, invaluable support, sense of shared endeavor, and boost everyone's energy. You know, get everyone psyched to use this tool because it does work. And the questions that I've received Wes asked, he wanted to talk about keyword research on and off-page SEO to help with ranks. Ganti, I'm probably not pronouncing it correctly, had a great post or handful of questions. He wanted to talk about local BMC, brick and mortar customers, small to medium businesses, how we can use it for them. The second part being affiliate promotions like AdSense, Amazon, EDU promotions, CPA, CPS offers. He says he's doing some are doing both local and affiliate, and some affiliate only or local only. He's interested in affiliate promotions. He's not interested in the AdSense side of things. So any discussion on affiliate promotions, themes used, plugins that are pertinent to affiliate promotions. He finds that one frustration that he has or finds with CPA offers is they change or pulled after you do all this work creating these pages. You start seeing some revenue, and all of a sudden the promotion changes or it goes away. When this happens, how do people repurpose the sites, or do they just delete them? How do you change banners and links, the affiliate offers after the site is built, things like that? What kind of plugins are used to manage your affiliate promotions, banners, and affiliate links? A couple other questions I received were short codes and dynamic codes. The number per page, how many are people using per page? How many is too many? Another question that was sent in was how do people figure out how many pages to generate? Do you just take all of your short codes and multiply them, the number by, you have 10 states, 10 cities, each state times 10 words, or 10 dynamic code 1, 10 dynamic code 2, and you just keep multiplying until you get the number? Or how do people come up with a number of pages to generate? And glitches, how many people have come across things or glitches? So I don't know how people want to, how you guys would like to move forward, but that's the questions that we've had sent in or requested to cover.
I think, let's might be a good idea to have everybody that's on, if they want to hop on, just do a quick intro to see where everyone's at, and then I can help a lot with those questions that were brought up, and then if anybody wants to chime in as well, I think it'd be good to do that. So we can go ahead and get started with that. Why don't you give us a little bit intro of what you're doing with the plugin specifically, and
Okay, yeah, that's great. My name is Tyler Saunders. I'm based here in southern New York. I'm about an hour north of Manhattan. I started designing sites because I own a local small business, and after learning search engine optimization and primarily local, client-based optimization, I realized that it's something that I enjoy and that I'm good at, and I've had several people ask me to work with them and for them, building out sites, getting them to rank. And the way I'm currently using the program is I'm building out a series of plumbing sites for a couple of local plumbers based on geographic area. I'm renting out my shaker pages by county, so Dutchess County, Ulster County, Putnam County. Each plumber gets to rent out per county for a flat, whether it generates 1 lead or generates 1,000 leads. It seems to be working pretty good. Customers are excited, and what I've done is I've created let me see if I can pull it up here. I've created a fairly simple sales page. My WordPress here, and I've again used S3Rp Shaker to create pages for every city, sub-city, town, township, with zip code and without. I have a couple of the dynamic paragraphs. I have 3 per page. I'm mixing in I've created a list of all of the plumbing and mechanical HVAC keywords that could possibly be used. So I have a list of about 35 to 40 plumber specific keywords and 35 to 40 HVAC mechanical keywords that are mixed into the spun pages, or the shaker pages I should say. And I have to say that it works great. It really does. I've used a couple of plugins to geocache the pages. I'm using categories so that I can specify which person the pages are made for, and then select via widgets and whatnot based on those categories for the geo for the map, operating hours, things like that, which makes it really quite easy. And this isn't. Let me just. I'll share my side screen here again. I was just playing with the site before, so some of the data is not showing. But here's basically what I've done. These are fairly basic sales pages or lead generation pages. Again, I've been playing with the page as we were queuing up to do this, so the data is no longer in here. The address would be right about here, and our hours of operation. I'm using a plugin for this local search plugin for the widget area. You can see a lot of my different either shaped words or dynamic words. Here's my service, my city, my zip code. Again, different dynamic words. So they'll change in and out as we go down. These paragraphs will change in and out with dynamic short codes. Continue to go down. These paragraphs also change out. I know that from what I've learned via the Facebook group, we don't have to do that much unique content per page. I figured if I'm going to build it out once. Hopefully it will help with the rankings. Again, through a video that we put together for them. And again, this is as well changed out. So we're hitting about anywhere from 2.3% to about just under 5% of each of my keyword densities. I'm using a couple different tools to analyze the pages to make sure my keyword density is optimal. I'm using the next page option within S3Rp Shaker to make the silos. I'm using widgets to redirect it back to the home page. This site isn't fully live yet. We had some problems with the upload, so this was planning on going live yesterday, but after I had the problems with the upload, this particular site will go live hopefully tomorrow, if not later tonight. One of the big questions I had was for this particular site, how many pages should I generate? 15,000, 20,000? It would be, for me personally, it would be nice to know how people are coming up with the number of pages to create and the time it takes to create. So I mean, this is just again one of the examples of one of the sites that I've built out using or I'm building out with the tool. And I originally had problems because I created the site on my local machine, and then when I did the upload, I had some problems with GoDaddy and the transition. So I figured I'd just recreate it once I got it up here, got the final touches on it, got the links correct. I'll regenerate it on the server.
Awesome, awesome, very cool. Definitely have some tips that I think you might want to try out. I'll wait to see if other people want to chime in. I don't know if anybody else is targeting hitting the local angle as well. Is anybody else in here doing the local marketing type angle? or they'll just, or most of you just building out national type sites? I know Tom is, because I've talked to Tom earlier this week, and I was showing him some of that stuff. Brian saying that he wants to look at the local focus as well. Peter,
I just wanted to say something about Taylor was mentioning the number of posts to create, and I think the limit of that is, you know, once I did this site where I used 4 shaker pages to build one site, and I did it on one site, like, and the one shaker page built 15K pages, so there was like over 60,000 pages on it. And what I did was, you know, when you have enough keywords, like let's say you have 100 keywords and you would like to use most of them instead of doing one group for one site, you just use all of them for one site. And the number of pages, I think the limit is only in not making it duplicated. You know, if it's like too much duplicate, like everything is the same, then that's when you're hitting the limit. If you create different pages, like different shaker pages, you can make any number of pages, and you still will be good, and you will be ranking in much many more terms and keywords.
Okay, so you're saying for instance this plumber site, make 3 or 4 different templates for 3 or 4 different shaker page templates using different keyword patterns.
Like the different keywords, but targeting the same thing. You know, when you load up the keywords from keyword tool, and even if they have lower search number, you can still use them. You know, for example, if you have 4 shaker pages, you can make 12 tags for each of them, and that will even multiply the number of rankings you will get out of it.
Right, keeping everything in the same niche, but varying things up. And ideally, you know, if you're going to be having the multiple shaker pages, then you want the content in each one to be a little bit differently. And I have a different spin on the local whenever I'm doing the local angle. I guess I can go ahead and share that. I know I've shared it with a few people that I've done the one-on-one coaching. I don't know if I can actually show my screen. How does this work? Yeah, screen share. Let's see here. So I like to play around a lot with, you guys can see my screen, right?
Now we can, yeah.
Okay. So I like to play around a lot with this 5-minute site, with the local keyword generator from 5-minute site. I know I'm sure a lot of you have, you've done any kind of local marketing, may have seen it at one point or another, and let me see if I can get this to log in or zoom in a little bit so it's easier for everybody to see. But let's say, for example, my family actually owns a carpet cleaning company in Gainesville. So let's say I wanted to drive more traffic to them. What I like to do is, you know, I'll put in their zip code here, and maybe the mile radius that they're trying to target. So let's say that, you know, their service area is like a 15-mile radius. I'll leave all these like this, but then I fill this area here with as many long tails as I can come up with. Ideally, you know, I'm talking like 50 to 100 different keywords that are all related to the services they offer. But the longer tail, the better, because I'm not trying to rank for, you know, obviously every carpet cleaner is going to try to rank for carpet cleaning in city. So I'm looking for the really long tail stuff, sort of, you know, things like cat pee removal from carpet, stain removal from carpet, things like that. I'll obviously, you know, I'll throw in carpet cleaning as well, and, you know, the other services, but just to kind of give an idea here, upholstery cleaning and, you know, that kind of stuff. But I want also a lot of those long tails, and then I'll have it generate all these results. So it gives me, you know, it gives me a list of, I don't know if it told me how many it generated or not. think at the bottom it says, you know, it gave me, just from that little, those few little keywords that I put in, it gave me 252 different combinations.
Possible keywords.
Right. So, and basically, so what I'm trying to do, what I end up doing here is
Making a comprehensive long tail keyword list for that geographic area.
Right. And actually, I'll take it one step further. I've got the, I forgot that normally I'll add a comma to these. And the reason I like adding a comma is because it makes it very easy to manipulate the data in Excel. So when I get these results, I can go ahead and take them, copy them all into an Excel worksheet. If I go all the way to the bottom,
Then you can get each one in each column.
right. So I end up creating two shaker page, two short codes. So then once I, you know, I can go into short codes, and I end up creating two different custom short codes. One of them will be keywords, and I'll paste in just the data from the keyword side when I split it into columns. And then I'll create another one that's locations. And so it gives me those two. Obviously, they match up 1-to-1. That's why I did it with the comma and everything, and using the 5-minute site.
Yeah.
But then I'll create a shaker page that's very generic in content, so that anywhere where it would say, you know, for example, it would say like carpet cleaning, I would replace that with the keyword, and then keyword and location. So anywhere where it would say carpet cleaning, I would put in keyword and location, and just sprinkle those throughout the whole page. So at the end, it ends up creating a specific post for every single long tail in each of the different areas that they're trying to rank for, including all the different spellings, including, you know, short state, long state, the zip codes, and all that. So instead of, you know, the normal mentality that I have with a shaker page is that I'm going to use one shaker page and try to rank for multiple keywords. With this kind of setup, every single post has its own specific keyword, and it just makes it easy. So, you know, if you load that little 5-minute thing with hundreds of keywords, and then they've got like a 20-mile radius, you could end up with 3,000, 4,000 different posts, all of them very long tail, and it just makes it very easy to drive that specific traffic, because you're not trying to rank for, you know, that one keyword that's going to bring you 100 hits. You end up looking at for the keywords that may get maybe one hit every few days, but the combination of all of them,
thousands of visitors. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I use Market Samurai and Longtail Pro for my keyword lists.
Right, and so you know, that would be ideal to get a lot of those long tails and just load them in there and you know, mash them up with the locations. Now, if you're not doing this US based, the only difference is you create your own list using something like textmechanic.com, where they have the line combination generator, and you basically just do the same exact thing. You load up the keywords on one side and then your own city list on the other, and you know, mash them up to where you can have that 1-to-1 lineup, and be able to have that the different shortcodes created.
Yep. And that's similar to what I've done on this page on this site. Is I've taken because plumbing there's only so many keywords for plumbing. I mean, there's, let's say again, 30 to 40 mean keywords that we were targeting for this, and then I call them like trust words, honest, you know, loyal, you know, friendly, inexpensive, things like that to add as well. So I went through and I compiled. I did ran some analysis on the top competitors that I found, and pretty much I did a little analysis on their sites and found all the keywords that they were targeting.
Right.
You know, compiled it from there as well, just to see what the national guys were doing, the bigger hitters, the T-Webers, the Roto-Rooters, those kind of services, and kind of reverse engineered what they had, and of course try to do it one step better or one step up. Because it's all about the short tail. You know, there's no way I'm going to rank nationwide for plumbing, but the honest, inexpensive, local licensed plumber I might get. you know.
Right. And you know, I worked a lot with water damage restorations, which, you know, kind of goes hand in hand with they work a lot with plumbers as well, and it was, you know, it was all those little keywords that you wouldn't even think of, like pinhole leak in tub, or, you know, those random things that most marketers are not going to, they're not going to spend the time to target, because, you know, the money is in the major ones, especially if they're doing, you know, regular SEO, which involves backlinking. They're not going to waste their time backlinking all those random little keywords, and that's where we come in and we scoop in, because we really have no idea. I mean, there's obviously, most people are going to put in plumbing, but there's so many people searching for these services. Doesn't really matter the service, but there's so many people using the internet now to look for businesses and services that we really have no idea what they're going to type in to search for. So might as well just hit them all different combinations. We don't know if they're going to search by zip code, or they're going to search by city, or city and state abbreviation, you know, all that sort of stuff. So might as well just, with SERP Shaker, you hit up all those combinations. You are able to ideally, you know, rank for just random ones, and that's where the traffic, just the accumulation of all the posts that are out there, that's where the traffic starts coming in.
And I noticed when I was doing my research, a lot of times the major things that were searched was misspellings and not spelling plumbing right. You know, you'd be amazed at how much traffic is generated by the obscurities.
Uh-huh.
And that's what, you know, that's the next step to this, is building out the next set of pages with all the obscurities and changing it up a bit. Does anyone else have any questions about the local?
Ganti asked if the 5-minute site was only for local. I only use it for local. That's the only time that because I mean, really what I'm trying to do is just mash up those two lists together. Otherwise, if I'm going to build a national site, I'm just going to take the main keywords and, you know, build the SERP Shaker page like I normally do, which is, like I said, the idea of the Shaker page is to rank for multiple keywords with one post. But in the local instance, we don't have the ability of building out, you know, 15, 20,000 posts and just hoping to rank for a random city here and there. We want to, you know, our clients want to rank in that specific geographic location. So that's what I do, at least to increase their reach and hope that that I can drive enough traffic to their business.
What other plugins do you use when you're building out sites for local?
Nothing else really in particular. If anything, just really the double agent. If I'm going to do an overlay, especially with the kind of setup that I talk, because the page ends up reading, it doesn't read very well, just because sometimes the content is really not generic enough to where it's going to make sense to. It may not make sense to have the reader actually take a look at that. So I use double agent and just show them directly the client website, or maybe just a website that we've created for them, but that it looks a little bit better than your typical Shaker page.
Okay, so you're using the double agent plugin.
One of the members from at Samizi released plugin that is made for building Amazon sites, and I hasn't been interested that much in that plugin, but that plugin has very good feature which makes you able to hide any part of your content in the article, and you just put the shortcode at the start of the article and another shortcode at the end, and anything between will be hidden to the visitor. Google gonna see it, but visitor not. There is some kind of I don't know what is it, some kind of HTML function that will roll this piece of content and it's not visible. So that would be very good when you have this spam content article that doesn't read well and it's loaded with your keywords and stuff like that, and you can just hide it and put some you know, top shortcode from the ad manager and insert your proper article to catch the lead or whatever you are trying to do with this site.
Right.
Like an iframe?
Well, no, I believe. I believe he's probably using something like a div display none, where you just put a div, where put the content with it between a div and you set it to display none, so it doesn't display it on the page at all. I haven't had enough time to test that strategy out. I've seen it on a few sites because I do obviously a lot of research in these kind of local type builds, and I'll look a lot. I get a lot of ideas from people that are doing CPA type marketing with it, like I've done in the past, where you're pushing diet products and that kind of random stuff. Um, and they'll, one of the sites that I saw is doing exactly what Peter talked about, which if I looked at their source code, I could see why they were ranking for the city, but when you looked at the actual site, it was a nice looking site. Like there was nothing there that had that didn't have the article that was actually making it rank. So they were using the div display none. That's actually, you're starting to get more into the gray hat, black hat type area. But I mean, everything's marketing. So if it's going to help out, right? It's just, you got to be aware that you're starting to go a little bit more into the darker side, and if you get penalized, you can't cry about it. But it definitely works, and if it's something that there's enough interest, that's not very hard to code into the plugin itself. So I'll do some testing myself, and see if it's, if I end up getting penalized for it, then I don't want to put it into the code and get a bunch of people in trouble with it. But if I get good results with it, then we can definitely get some testing done with a few of our members and see what happens there.
And what about these ShakThreeRP Pro license? Did you have a time to do something about the license? When you deactivate the license, the other functions will still remain working on the site?
No, actually, no. I had not had a chance to do that one yet, but that is in the works. Basically, what Peter and I had talked about, I think it was via private message, is with the Pro license. Obviously you can use it in client sites, but he wanted something to where he could build out the site, deactivate ShakThreeRP, so if the client has access to a site, or if you end up flipping the site, they don't see how you actually created the site, because ShakThreeRP won't be active, but all the other functions would stay working, such as the post, next post, previous post, which right now, if you deactivate ShakThreeRP, all of those die out. So basically, I was just going to create a helper plugin that would take place of ShakThreeRP, and you can deactivate ShakThreeRP, give the site to the client, and all the other functions would stay working. So I would say maybe in the next 3 to 4 weeks that would come out. I've been working on another plugin dealing with some the Google Freshness algorithm that I've been testing some stuff out. So that's what kind of has been taking my time, and then obviously the one-on-one training sessions that I've been doing. But we'll get that in there just in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Cool.
I see a couple comments saying, or just noting that they were surprised that the div display none would work for very long, and Todd mentioned that he says, I've seen it, I guess, 75% get hit after 2 to 3 months. That
I'm not sure if is it exactly this kind of HTML code. I actually have that plugin, but I didn't check the coding of it, how it's done. I think it's something different.
Oh, I see. Okay. I wish Jason was on here, because Jason's the one that did it, but I think he's somewhere where this was way too late for him. So maybe I'll reach out to him and see what he's doing specifically. See if it's the dib stuff or something different. So there was also some questions about not only the local angle, but how you would do stuff with CPA type stuff. I know, I forget who was asking, but I remember seeing it on the Facebook group. It's basically the same idea. It's just that you try to put you try to put a local twist on it. Um, Anything I do, obviously, you try to put a local twist on, and even things that you don't think you can put a local twist on, you you'd be surprised at the kind of traffic that it's there. I mean, I got very lucky when I started testing kind of diet products type stuff. There was one, I know I've mentioned it a lot on the Facebook group, so most of you might probably have heard about it, but the ACG site that I had up, and that surprisingly worked really well when HCG was hot. And basically all I did was I targeted people that were looking for HCG and looking for ACG in their local city. And that, you know, that's basically I was reframing them. They were looking to buy it locally, and here I hit them with an offer to buy it online. And hopefully, you know, what I was hoping is that the offer was good enough that I would get them to change their mind and just purchase it right then and there. And all I did was just, it was the basic shaker setup, just with the banner across the top and somewhere in the content and also in the sidebar. I did use a pretty link with it. I used a pretty link with it so that if the offer ever changed, all I had to do was go into the pretty link and change that out. But for the most part, with Max Bounty, which is who I work with a lot in that area, if an offer dies out, they usually swap out the links. They'll have that traffic redirect somewhere else. Like your traffic won't be dead traffic going to a dead offer. So if the advertiser stops working with them for whatever reason, or they just send it to another offer that is in the same exact area.
So you said you use a Privy Link?
Right, the Pretty Link plugin, Pretty Link Lite, I think it is the free version of it. But just so that you know, you create your own URL. It's just a forwarding type URL, and then you can swap it in and out with whatever offer you're promoting at the moment. And it gives you stats as well as how many people are clicking on it, which is nice to see if people are actually clicking on the banner or not. It's also something else that I would use if I was using double agent, either Pretty Link or Bitly Link, because you want to see with the double agent, especially if you're sending them to a client's website, you want to have a stat program to see how many clicks or how many times that their specific website has been loaded because of traffic that you're sending them. So that's a nice way to see statistics on that.
And that was Bitly Link.
Yeah, there's Bitly and Pretty Link. Both of those are just URL shorteners. Well, one's a URL shortener, the other one's Pretty Link you install in your WordPress installation, and it lets you just create your own URLs.
And then you can set it via category, or how do you set it for Shaker pages? If you have, it would be universal for the entire site.
If it's a CPA site, it's universal for the entire site. Okay. Because even if I had multiple Shaker pages, they'd all be promoting the same offer, and they all have the same banner showing up across the top.
Yeah, Pretty Link Lite. It's got almost 1 million downloads.
Yeah, the light version, which is the free one. I don't think I've ever looked into the paid option.
Andres, what is your average number of visits per day on your sites?
It ranges. I have my sites that are doing really well, and they'll get anywhere from 200 to 400 visits a month or a day when they just happen to get a lot of traffic. And then the vast majority of them, I would say, hit around the 30 to 70 visits a day.
And what kind of conversion rates are you seeing? Percentage-wise?
You know, I don't think I've tracked it down that much on a per site basis. I just honestly, you know, when I was doing AdSense, solely AdSense, I had a better handle on that figure because obviously AdSense would just give me an overall figure. At the time with AdSense, I was getting about, I would say like between a 15 to 20% CTR on the ads. So it was, I didn't need a whole lot of traffic to get click on the ads and make money out of it. And that was, so because the posts were so targeted for that specific keyword, and the theme that I was using, which was C3R theme, did such a great job of making sure that they clicked on the ads. So I'm assuming, the conversion rate. Now I'm doing more of a lead CPA program, so the conversion rate is much lower because it's a lot harder to get somebody to fill out a lead form than just click on an ad, but you make a lot more per conversion compared to just one click. So it kind of pays off, and the trade-off is better.
When you're building out your sites, are you using silos or are you using more advanced?
The vast majority of our sites are built just the regular way, the way we've always had SRP Shaker set up. Now with the advanced silo setup, we're trying it in about, I would say about 20% of our builds. We're testing it out. We're still in the testing phase with it to see if it's worth going through the extra steps, just because it does take some more time to. You really have to plan it out, how you're going to set up the site in order to set up the silo. Whereas before, we can just jump in, immediately create a Shaker page and build the site out. So we're testing it about, for every 10 builds, we'll do 10 with silo to see if there's any added benefit to the extra time that it takes. Or we may do it in more competitive type markets where we may be having a harder time ranking, to see if it gives us enough of an edge.
And do you go after different countries as well?
I have not. To this point, I've only targeted U.S. But this year, I'm going to be playing around with that a lot more, just because I know that, we've been focused so much on U.S., but worldwide is wide open, and I don't see a lot of marketers going that route. So I know the market's open, and it's just a matter of finding ways of monetizing it. I don't think AdSense might be the best route, because anytime that I've done, well, I did do Canada at one point, and the pay-per-click in the Canada sites were a lot lower than what I got in US. So AdSense might not be the best route. So it's just a matter of finding maybe CPI offers that are targeted to specific countries. Might be a better option of doing that.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. When you do these silos, and if I'm particularly interested in affiliate sites, what is the best way to do this silo? Because instead of doing a geo-targeting like city state, is there any way to do a silo using a keyword and the related keywords as a silo structure?
Even if I'm doing affiliate type stuff, I still try to find a local twist to it, because that's just the way that the plugin was it originally created to work, and that's how we're able to get such good results with ranking, is because we're focusing so much on that long tail city keyword, so it's just a matter of brainstorming and figuring out how can I apply this city state type setup to a program that might be just solely online, but how can I drive people that might be looking for something similar to this offer? So it's just a matter of thinking outside the box and coming up with that, and that's how I was able to do HCG. I've done a lot of different supplements and some other random things that are online only. Like just to give you a random example of a site that it got a lot of traffic, I just could never really get it to get any conversions. But back when Xbox 360 first came out, one of the problems was that it would overheat and it would just eventually pretty much die out. And one of the ClickBank products at the time that was doing really good was a video guide on how to fix that yourself. And so I basically just targeted a Xbox 360 repair in city state and got all that traffic for people that were, you know, they were looking for a local shop to fix that for them. But I was directing them to this offer where, you know, it could save them money and teach them how to do it themselves without having to ever take it to a shop. And it got a lot of traffic. It just, the particular offer that I picked just didn't convert very well. And I never spent any time just finding any other offers to get it to convert any better. But you know, definitely the domain name paid for itself. I think it converted like 2 or 3 random times, and it was $20 per conversion. So you know, just one random site made like $60. But you know, if I was gonna focus on the affiliate angle, I'd still find a way to bring it down to the local level, because that's the best way you're gonna get that traffic. Otherwise, you know, you're competing with every other affiliate marketer that are targeting even those long tail keywords. That's what they try to do anyways, is they try to go for those long tails in that affiliate niche, but most of them are not going to think outside the box to go down even a little bit deeper to the city level.
Yeah, sometime back you were talking about doing the CPA offers where they fill out a form, and you said you have a lot less conversions, which is to be expected. I'm coming from a PPV, paid traffic model, and I have done that last year, doing traffic vans, several other PPV traffic sources, and it cost me 5 cents to 15 cents per person coming into my this one and taking the offer. But somehow I'm a little bit disillusioned with that paid traffic model. That's why I'm looking into the Sharp and the ATM sites and also Sharp Spike sites. The reason is once it is built, probably it will get me some income without me doing a lot more work. So my question is, when you build a site, say like Shak3R pages, 3 or 4 Shak3R pages like Peter is mentioning, build a 60,000 page, can you expect 1 or 2 conversions per month from each site?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm just trying to see what your traction is when you develop a site for a CPA, and I know the conversions are lower, but even if they are lower, any projections, how much money do you think you can get from each of these sites?
Yeah, I mean the as long as you're targeting keywords that people are actually searching for, and you notice that your site is getting traffic, then and all you got to do, because the hardest part is getting the traffic. SERP makes that very easy because you target the the long tail city state setup. So it's just a matter of positioning that offer in front of them. But yeah, it's not very rare to get 1 to 2 conversions a month. My sites usually get more, even in the CPA space where the conversions are a lot lower. My sites will randomly get more than 1 or 2 conversions per month. I mean, I talk about ACG, I talk about it as if it's a dead niche, but yet to this day, I think I make maybe $200-300 just above a random site that I created almost a year and a half ago. And this is on the Max Bounty platform. So even though HCG has died out, or what I consider die out, because the site at 1 month made 1,000 plus a month in conversions, but it's just not a popular product anymore. But there's still traffic there, and with that little bit of traffic, at least with that offer, I believe it's like $50 a conversion. So it doesn't take a lot to really make it worth it to just keep it running. Every time the domain has come up for renewal, I haven't even have to think about it, because I know that I'm gonna make those $10 back, and it's just a matter of finding enough of those offers so that you meet your monthly income goal. Now, since I do a lot with the CPA lead type setups, those are the ones that are my most profitable ones, because I just have so many of them, and and I'm able to spread out. There's just so many niches that I'm able to hit, so I can really spread out my builds. And then with supplements, there's only just so many different ways I can hit it, so I haven't really focused too much on that. But there's definitely enough traffic there to where a conversion or two a month from each site would not be a rare thing to expect.
In terms of your CPA lead offers that you're talking about, do you send them from the S3Rp Shak3R site to a landing page using the double agent or some other kind of this one? Do you redirect the traffic? And if you do you lose a lot of traffic by that redirection?
No, I collect the lead right on the Shak3R page, right on the post itself. I don't do any kind of redirection or anything. It's just the programs that I work with, and I believe you're in the gadget, so you have it's through Campus Explorer and Quinn Street and the different education programs. But yeah, that's just the widget right on the site itself. With CPA offers on the diet supplements, I've tested both, where you do the double agent and you don't, and it just depends on with the specific offers. Some cases, I have sites that are getting a ton of traffic and I'm doing it all through double agent and it just doesn't convert at all, and then all of a sudden I change the setup to where it's just a few little banners here and there, and that seems to convert a little better. So it just depends on the mentality. You basically have to think about the mentality of the searcher. Like with the CPA offers, here they're looking for this specific product. They're looking to buy it locally, and if I use double agent, it immediately takes them to the offer online. So that might turn them off a little bit. Whereas if I just have a banner, they make the decision that okay, I didn't find this website didn't answer my question because I can't find it locally. But here's this banner on a great offer on the product I'm already looking for, so let me just check it out. So they took the decision to click on the banner and check it out, and you may get better conversions that way. Whereas if I were to send them straight to the offer, like I said, that usually turns them off, and they don't even end up buying. So I just right.
Yeah.
Because go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, what I'm trying to say is a lot of times in the PPV instead of direct linking, we always send it to a page where we pre-sell them, but on Shak3R pages, is it possible to sell them and then once they click, take them to the offer?
Right.
How do we do the pre-selling on the Shak3R page?
How well do I do the pre-selling? I don't.
No, how do I do the pre-selling?
I honestly don't. I don't set up my Shak3R, my post so that they're geared about around this offer is so amazing and you need to check it out or anything. I don't. The content itself, a lot of times won't even mention the offer. It's just the ads, the banners that I display that are driving them there. And basically what I'm hoping for is that the advertiser has done a good enough job with their creative that they're providing to us, so that their main concern is making sure that people are going to click on those banners. Now, if their banners stink, and I know that they're not going to convert, then I might just go and look at other websites that are doing well and kind of emulate what they're doing, and maybe get somebody on Fiverr to create a better banner that's going to get a better click-through rate. But I don't pre-sell it at all. I'm not trying to I don't say anything in the content or anything to the effect of just click the banner on our site to get this deal. It's just the content is there, talks about what the product is, and then the banners are throughout the site. Basically the way I approach it is they already know that they're looking for this. It's already in their mindset that they're going to buy it locally. They're looking to buy it locally. They want to find a store they can drive to today and go pick it up. So they're already in that buying mindset, and by having the banner there, the offer might be good enough to get them to click through and just go ahead and save their trip to the store and buy it right online.
And your content is pretty much explaining the product, and explaining what it does,
Right. I mean,
reinforcing what they already know, just reassuring them that it's exactly what they're looking for. It's the best. They're looking for tube socks. These are tube socks. They're made out of cotton. They're white, and there happens to be a banner right here that subliminally is,
right, right,
learning about what they want to already know or what they have interest in.
right, right.
So once they click on the banner or on your link, they are going to be taken directly to the CPA.
Right, right. Once they click on the banner, then yeah, that does take them directly to the CPA offer. That's the banners on the site are going to be the max bounty banners, or the if you're using Commission Junction or whatever program you're using, Market Help, I think is another good one for supplements and that kind of stuff. But yeah, once they click on it, then it does go straight to the offer. They've made the decision that they want to check out the offer, so there's no reason to have a page in between.
So you mentioned a few offer sites: Max Bounty, Submission Junction. What other ones would you recommend for good offers?
Commission Junction is definitely going to be, I think, the one that's going to have the most offers. I think they have so many that it's kind of hard to filter them out and see some that you can target locally. Max Bounty is really good. I just have really good results with them. I like
Peerfly is another one.
Which that one?
Peerfly.
Oh, Purefly as well is another one. I haven't played around with that one. I know I'm a member of it, but I've never had any offers on there.
Yeah, see, Peerfly is easier to get to because they allow people who do not have any experience with the CPA offers. Peerfly always you can get in as your first base. And in terms of somebody is mentioning OfferVault is not a CPA company. It is an aggregator of all the CPA offers.
Yeah.
And when you go to OfferVaults, they show you all the offers and all the CPA companies that are there and how much each of those CPA things get paid.
Right, right. I think with that one though, you got to be careful because they do list from so many different places. Just make sure that the whoever you do end up joining is a reputable company, because there have been instances of people generating results for the company, and then the company just kind of goes belly up and you never get paid for that, for the traffic you sent them. So going with some of the big ones, you're safe.
Yeah, I lost a lot of money that way. I used to send a lot of paid traffic to these, and then they go belly up. So that's one of the reasons why I don't want to do paid offers anymore. Thank you, Andreas. I mean, this is one of the finest discussion I ever had after joining the Sharp Shaker.
Awesome. Well, that was Tyler's idea, so this is a neat little discussion between people here.
Yeah, if you can make some videos how you are doing some of these promotions and how you are putting the banners and how you are linking it to the pretty links and all that, that would be really helpful.
Okay, thank you for the suggestion.
Yeah, Andres, I think you just found your own training program.
But thank you guys, I appreciate it. Now I'll shut up and I'll listen to the rest of you guys.
The questions, this is what this is about, asking questions. I wish we had a bigger group, because then the questions would just keep flowing. The conversations have gone pretty well, but I was hoping to have
it has both advantages and disadvantages. Having a bigger group means your questions will be answered less.
Yeah, true.
But the advantage is you have a lot. But thank you guys.
Are you guys aware of any other networks that also have this kind of when you get the lead directly on your site, when you have these widgets when they can submit the details, something like Campus Explorer has. Is there any other networks that does this as well?
There's if we're talking about the education niche, there's also EDU. What is that? EDU Search, I want to say. Yes, EDU Search is another one. I will tell you, Campus Explorer and Quinn Street are the two big players in that area. for education.
And what about the other niches?
Other niches, Quinn Street is actually in a few niches, so that will be one area that you would explore. They do some some local type niches for home improvement type stuff. They are in, they have an insurance vertical for like health insurance and I believe life insurance and all those as well. And they also have a financial vertical for credit card type offers and loans and mortgages and that kind of stuff. So those are some that that you might want to take a look into. Quinn Street has all those. I believe What was that?
It's Quince Street.
Quinn Street, yeah.
You know how to spell that?
Quin and then Street. Quin Street. Home Advisor, I believe, has a program, but I think it's through Commission Junction. But Home Advisor is, you know, for any of those local services type niches. And trying to think if there's any other type lead widget type stuff. I don't know. I've been looking for more, so it'd be nice to have more resources available because it's very neat to work with that kind of setup because basically you don't have to worry about, it's not the typical approach to lead generation where you collect the lead and then you have to worry about selling it to a certain person. You know, you're basically going through a middleman. You obviously don't make as much per lead as you could if you were going straight to businesses, but it lets you scale out pretty fast because you don't have to worry about doing any of the selling. You just, you know, find the niches that you can build sites out on, you build the sites out and, you know, jump to the next niche and just continue building out without having to worry about doing any of the selling. The middleman company does all that work for you.
Couple of years back, I saw something in the travel niche. I am looking for it, but I can't find any right now. Travel niche is a very big niche. Travel niche and job niche. These are the two big ones. Just like Quinn Street and Campus Explorer for education.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple for travel niche that are good, but somehow I can't put my finger on them.
And I know job is big, but I guess that wasn't the programs that I did find for job were more of a click-based type stuff, and it was like maybe 2 cents a click, 3 cents a click, so it wasn't worth it. But I think if you go a lead way, there might be a little bit better. But it is very competitive. There's just so many job websites out there. But you'll be surprised though, because with some of my education sites, sometimes the tag ends up being something about jobs, and those tags end up bringing a decent amount of traffic. So I guess it just depends on the niche, if you're going to rank or not.
And if you can combine something, if you're already building an education site out, and you can add that job, it might be only pocket change, but you never know what you might be able to scout.
Right, right.
Have you promoted any JIP offers through CPA on your Subshaker sites?
Any what?
JIP offers. Meaning thereby they ask you to enter the zip code for a particular.
No, I've never done any of those.
They pay
zip code
about $1 or so for each of that. Yeah, zip submit. Yeah. And one more question: do you try to get their email address and all that, and later send them emails and pursue some of the things through emails?
So far I have not, and you know, I've done very well, you know, with the setup that I have. So I feel that I don't know if I've actually left. I mean, I know they say, you know, the money's in the list, but I've done very well without a list up to this point. But you know, it might if you have a way of I do think it will be smart to have some kind of giveaway or something if it makes sense in the niche, to collect those emails, and then obviously, you know, then you can hit them a couple of times with some with some offers that are in that specific niche. Up to this point, I haven't done it. Might be something that I explore a little bit more this year. Just as I feel like the size of my network is good enough now where I can start focusing more on conversions and doing things like that, where collecting the lead for myself and whatnot. But it's not something that's necessary right from the get-go to try to get all that stuff perfect. It's just a matter of getting the sites out, and then as you're making money, then you can start kind of tweaking those things, which is what I've done is I know that my sites are not the best looking sites, are not perfect for conversions, but they make money. And it was just because I focused on just getting them out there, and I'll get them perfect later on, or maybe never get them tweaked out, because for the most part I build out the site and never touch it again. But it's definitely just a matter of just getting them out there. You need the sites out there so that getting new traffic, and then you can focus on tweaking the stuff in and out.
Okay, guys. We got one more question.
Yeah, I have a hypothetical question. It is not really fair for me to ask you, or you may not be able to give an answer to it, but let me ask you anyway, or anybody can answer this. If you're trying to say, I want $100 per day, or $500 per day, or $1,000 per day per income, so that your income per month would be around 30,000, how many SRP Shak3R sites doing the CPA, not the local, but doing the CPA and other affiliate offers, how many sites approximately should you build to expect that amount of money? And given the caveat, they're all built good, they have good content, they have good keywords, long tail and short and everything. They are top-notch sites. So,
I mean that's it's really hard to say, because
I understand.
I've had hundreds of sites where in reality maybe it was just 10 of them that was bringing that kind of income. So it's a matter of you end up building the network out, because for every winner you're gonna have a few losers as well. So it's just a matter of just building them out as you get. I would say as you get to around 20 or so, maybe 30 sites under your belt, you'll start getting a good idea of what you can expect on a daily basis and that kind of stuff. But it really just depends on the niche, the offer, how you're targeting things. So it's very out there. It could range quite a bit, and also how much competition you're going up against. When I first started out in the EDU niche, nobody else was hitting EDU like I was. So I knew that whatever site I was going to put out was more likely going to be a winner, where now I've got a few people competing as well, so I got to be a little bit smarter than them, and it becomes a little bit tougher. But there's still plenty of money to be made in any niche you decide to hit. But I don't think there's any way we could give an arbitrary number. It really depends on you, and you'll be able to have a good idea once you start getting like 20 or 30 under your belt, and really start seeing how much they're making you, so you kind of get an idea of how many you're going to need to hit that goal. Because it becomes a math equation at that point. You have if you have these 20 sites that are making you this much, and you want to get to a certain number, then you just increase that number until you get to that daily figure that you want to hit.
Thank you.
No problem.
Well, I just wanted to, I could keep this going on for hours, but I know, Andre, you've been answering and asked most of the questions here. We are past our 9 o'clock window. Figured I only have one other question for pretty much the group. Content writing. Are you guys writing your own content? Are you guys outsourcing content? Where do you guys find the best content writers? I've found a good guy through Fiverr who's been doing amazing work for $5 for 500 words, and I'm going to keep him in my Rolodex, because honestly, for the amount of money, for the quality of the work, just wanted to see if you guys had any feedback on where you're getting quality content writers, or if you're just writing the content yourself.
Scrape. I do scraping. I and then rewrite the articles myself. So
Okay.
So my best site that I have, I pulled the articles from goarticles.com, which is article directory, and I even span the content with the spinner rewriter in medium settings, which is making the article not as good as it was originally. And you know, it's just one of my best sites, and it's getting the highest traffic it had per day was 500 unique visits, and these articles are just scraped from, you know, from the directories.
Okay.
And how did Peter? How did you find the article? Did you go straight to Go Articles and just search through there, or did you do a Google search?
Yeah, I just type site and URL of the, you know, domain name of the goarticles.com and my keyword at the end, and then I go to the article. I open up about 3 or 4 of them, and I hit Control F and I paste in my keywords and highlight them all, so I know how many times my keyword is in that article. Sometimes there isn't any of them; it's just in the title. So I just skip that one, and when I see there is enough times the keyword that I'm looking for, I just grab the article, and if I can't find something like that, I'm just grab different paragraphs from different articles and make one article that is that has enough keywords in it, and then I just see the keywords through it, and that's pretty much it.
Okay. I don't know if anybody wants to chime in of how they're getting the content, but I got my little ideas on why that could be one of the best strategies that Peter was talking about.
Anyone else?
Okay. Well, I believe that you know, going the way that Peter did, where you did you did the search right to Google using the site parameter and then put in your keywords in. That's how we do. That's how we grab all of our content, either through ezine articles or Go Articles or Article Dashboard, just any of those article directories. But basically, when you do the search through Google and you find the article that way, Google's already telling you, at least this is what I think, Google's already telling you that they believe those articles are the most relevant for that specific keyword. So you already know when you're starting out your site, you already know that that you're starting out with a really good base of an article that's already highly relevant for that specific keyword. And then at that point, it's just a matter of making it, you know, bringing that relevancy down to the city level. But that you know, we've tested in the past working with, you know, having our own content writers, and a lot of those sites ended up bombing, and they were really good quality articles. But you know, that's what kind of got me thinking that, you know, before we used to do the site parameter, the site search on Google and finding articles that way, and so that got me thinking, you know, why are these doing so good compared to, you know, these ones where we're getting really good articles, but they're not ranking as well. And I do think it's because we were doing, you know, we were grabbing articles that were already in Google's eyes highly relevant for those specific keywords.
And then you're spinning.
Sometimes and sometimes not. Sometimes we just use it as is and just throw city all throughout it.
But now, so you're using non-branded, non-copyrighted articles through like Go Articles, where they're open source type articles.
Right. They're just you know, some, you know, obviously it's put out there by content marketers. So, you know, you've got that issue that, yeah, you're taking somebody else's article, but, you know, ideally you're shifting things around enough to where it's not really the same article anymore, but at least doing it that way, you know that you have a good base that you're starting with already in Google's eyes.
Which makes sense.
Right.
Google has already looked at it. Google already has approved it. It's ranking in Google, which is God. And yeah, it makes complete sense. Yeah, because I've gone through probably a dozen different content writers on different sites that I've built out, and I've probably tested out 30 or 40 different writers before I found a handful that I liked. And I found this one guy who happened to just be through Fiverr. I was on there and I had $30 in credit, and I threw it in 10 different directions on writers, and this one guy just, he hit, and his writing was top notch. And then I checked it for plagiarism and whatnot, and it came back clean. So I was like, done. I'll pay him $5 to write me 500 words, and it's he's in the UK. He speaks English. He's responsive. So, but if I can get it for free, why not get it for free?
Right.
Okay, guys. I can go keep doing this for hours. I know everyone's got things to probably do tonight. Andres, I just want to say thank you for being part of this. I wish we had a little bit more people, but I think this was a good-sized group. I don't know if you want to continue doing this or whatnot. I'd like to maybe get a small group of guys together that we can discuss our strategies, kind of like this, and different directions and writers, and post it out there again and just say, hey, let's get together and review topics, or even try to find little groups, micro groups of 2 and 3 guys who we can, review each other's sites and see what they're doing versus what I'm doing, and see what works. I'm all about, you're trying something different than I'm trying. How is it working for you? How is what I'm doing working for me? Compare, contrast, and do our own test case. Again, thank you for your time. We all really appreciate it.
Just one question. Andreas and Tyler, is it possible for us to start a Skype group so that we can all talk? Andreas, can you start a Skype group for us? You don't have to be there all the time. I mean, people, whoever have time, come in there and then talk. That will be much more useful for interaction. So I just want to throw it out there and see how you guys react.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are free. I don't know if Tyler just wants to create like a little mastermind group. You guys are free to do that.
I can create it if you guys want to, but I just want to take your permission because it is your baby. I don't want to start a group based on your creation. So I just need to have your blessings. I can start the group. That's not a problem.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you want to go ahead and do that, I have no problem with that. It won't be. I guess what I would say is it's not going to be like an official search.
No, we are not asking you support.
It could definitely. It could. If you guys want to. I'm not against you guys having a platform to communicate back and forth. Chat back and forth. I know that the Facebook groups themselves keep me busy enough on a day-to-day basis. So I can't. We can't stretch out to the Skype area. But yes,
okay.
I'll definitely be on there. I'll definitely join on, so I can be part of a conversation whenever I've got free time. But yeah, you're free to do that.
I have started a lot of Skype groups that died within the inception. So if people are interested, if they let me know, I will start one.
Okay, cool.
I have to say that this is probably one of the most active communities for any tool that I've been part of. I mean, I've downloaded and paid for hundreds of different apps and software packages, and I have to say thank you for being on that Facebook group as much as you are, answering the questions with as in depth as you do. The support you guys give and that you give, it's invaluable. Honestly, it's completely invaluable. I've paid thousands of dollars for training programs where they have VAs or associates of the group or of them, and they don't answer the questions half as quickly or with as much quality as you guys have. And I just want to say thank you, and I'm sure that's from the entire gang, because it's very rare that you see that nowadays.
Well,
I second you, Tyler, because I have spent hundreds of dollars on some other tools, but nothing comes close to what Andreas created. Hats off to you, Andreas. Hats off to you.
Well, thank you. I mean, Don. It was Don. Don's coding genius, but yeah, I wanted to make sure that on the you know, it's just one of those rare opportunities where, you know, the product that we are selling, you know, makes us more money than actually selling it. So we use it day in and day out for our business. It's what our business is built upon. So this is why I make sure that, you know, any of the updates, I mean, selfishly, they benefit me in one way or another. And, you know, things that we're doing in our business. And the cool thing about releasing it is that we've gotten some really cool ideas from it, like the whole silo setup and everything. I would have never really kind of come up with that on my own if it wasn't for suggestions from people in the group. So it's really been helpful. And then I've also been, you know, seeing some different ways to use it just based on what the feedback I received. So it's really helped us out, but it still continues to be something that we're highly going to use in our day-to-day business, obviously, because it's our whole business is built around it. And I like the community that we've built because it's so it is very, very active. I mean, I'm in a lot of groups, and I feel like it's one of the ones that that actually, you know, people, it just shows that people are actually using the tool, and the more and more people contribute, it gets, you know, we have about 800, 900 users or buyers, but only, you know, maybe like 50 people that are active in the group. But I feel that as the group gets more active and people start sharing their successes, it will get a lot of those people kind of involved and wanting to jump in and see what the craze is about and how well this actually works and how easy it is to make money with it.
Okay, I guess at this point we're already over by about a half hour. Again, I appreciate your time. I don't know if you guys want to close the session down or if you guys want to keep it going. It's all to Andres and his time if he's got availability. I don't know if he's drinking a scotch there or if that's ginger ale.
Yeah, I envy you guys. One is smoking and another is drinking. I can drink, but I can't smoke. I left my smoking about maybe 10 years back.
Yeah,
It's almost 30, 35 years.
I vape. It's
I
all natural.
understand.
My humidor's over there. But again, thank you for coming on, Andres. If you guys have any other questions or you mentioned starting up a Skype group, I have no problem doing this on like a bi-weekly basis. Setting up a group in Hangouts. This tool actually worked out pretty well. It's got some nice features. The clarity's there, and you can have a bunch of people on. So, I mean, I have no problem setting that up if you guys want me to. Or
Yeah, once in 2 weeks looks like a very good, instead of weekly, once in 2 weeks is a very good this one. And the time is perfect for me, but may not be for other people. Like Peter, I think probably it is, I don't know if he's still there, but the thing is, it is, I think, too late for him. And for you also, Tyler, right? What time is it? Oh, you're in New York. Okay.
No, it's 9:30
We're
p.m.
in the same time zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are in the same time zone. I'm in Atlanta.
Okay. So we're all on the East Coast here.
2:30 a.m. for Michael. Michael just jumped on. He was trying to figure out the I guess Hangout plugin the whole time we were chatting. But I know Michael's got some cool info. Maybe in the next Hangout he'll be able to share. He said I've talked with Michael, and I know he has some Black Hat background. So I think mixing a little bit of Black Hat with S3Rp Shaker will generate some really good results for the churn and burn type sites.
Yeah. Now,
Hey, I'm all for Black Hat. I want to do Black Hat. There's nothing wrong with it.
Just brings the money in quicker.
Until it gets or as long as you can scalp your cash while you can. So, Andres, did you buy your Lamborghini yet, or is that?
No. It's all been reinvested back into family. So far, we just got a house this past year. So,
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, I actually just sold my last house. I don't know if I want to deal with homeownership again. I seem to have a nomadic lifestyle, so don't keep roots in one place too long. But I've just to close this up. Again, thank you. If you guys have any questions, I guess just ask Andres or put on the Facebook group. What I'll try to do is I'll probably post in a couple of weeks, or I'll probably post next week sometime. That the following week we'll try to do this again. We'll try to do it once a week or so, just to get a community going. Next time, I'd like to kind of get into how everyone's building out sites. Maybe pick a topic, whatever it may be. If it's local, name a topic, and how we're building out sites, the kind of content, the page layouts, what we found that can actually converts, different ads we're using, things like that, and try to get into the thick of it and just slowly help each other build sites, and review sites and see. We're all knowledgeable people. We all have our strong points, and if we can help each other out, why not? But
Awesome.
I see, yes, and some fun stuff to share. It's all but the fuck you money.
So we'll try to get Michael in here early on next time. I mean, it's like 2:30 for him right now, so maybe when we start out, it'll be closer to 1 a.m. or so. Maybe he can, if he's awake, he can share some stuff.
Excellent.
And if we start at 7 o'clock, it will be even better for him, probably.
Yeah, I mean, normally I can get free most Saturdays. Sundays get a little jammed up. I play for a couple different hockey teams, so they get, depending on the weekend, I get jammed up pretty good on Sunday. But Saturdays I'm pretty free most Saturdays, so which I can log on at 5 if need be, or 4. I know Andres you have kids, and I know that's a huge undertaking.
Yeah. The evening is definitely the only way that it will work for me after kids go down.
I was, based on the feedback on the Facebook, I was expecting 30, 40 people. I mean, it seemed like I was getting private messaged. We had a lot of follows, we had a lot of thumbs up, and then it seemed to last minute hesitation, I guess, or time didn't work out for people, but I didn't get any feedback to change the time. Maybe next time I'll take a survey on the time when people want to do it, and maybe, I don't know how you guys are midweek, after, around 8 o'clock at night, midweek. That could work for me as well. Yeah. I'm down for any suggestion to help me make more money.
Well, I would just just put it on the Facebook group, see what people would suggest, if there's any better days or times, and we'll try to pick something that will be good for U.S. and also UK, because I know we've got some heavy users in the UK as well that would have liked to be on, but it was just too late for them. I want to be able to get Jason also on here, maybe share some stuff. He's the one that came up with the Amazon plugin, so maybe he's got some ideas. We haven't brought the Amazon plugin over to the SRP Shaker side, but I think it's available in the SCM Easy forum, and just because I want to make sure that I vet everything and before anything gets offered to the group. But it seems like a really cool idea. Just haven't had a chance to. I want to do a few case studies myself.
What is it?
It's just basically, I think it gives you an easy way to list Amazon products on
Amazon or whatever it's called.
No, I know that the only place that I think that it's available for sale is within the SEM Easy forum. So if you're a member of SEM Easy, you'll be able to go in there and just look for Jason, and I'm sure you'll find it. So it seems like a neat plugin, but I got to check it out myself. Got to do a few case studies before I see if it's something that can really make money with SRP Shaker.
Okay.
But yeah, we would just put it in the group, and we'll see what kind of response we get. And I'm gonna be signing off here shortly, but you guys are free to continue if you want, or just pick up in the next week or 2 weeks whenever you end up doing it.
Perfect. You guys do off-page SEO to help your sites rank. Also, how do you decide what keywords to go to after? This is interesting. If you pull up the YouTube page, we're streaming live on YouTube, or I guess a slight delay. And Wes Grace asked that question there, which didn't come over to here unless I missed it. I don't see it on our chat. But do we do off-page SEO to help our sites rank?
At the moment, I haven't done anything off-page at all.
So no PBNs?
No backlinking or anything.
Yeah, I started building out, started buying domains and building out PBNs based on the sites that I have currently, just to see if it will help.
What I did in terms of off-page SEO, I'm not sure if that helped to that site or not, but is it that site I mentioned, my best site? And what I did was I had that PBN that was from the TDLs of it was from Panama. It was PN site, .pn or PA, I think, and it has really good backlinks about PR5s and PR6, I think even. And what I did, I basically redirected that site to my sitemap XML page, and that was all I did. And I'm not sure if that site is so good because of that or not, because that site is different in few ways than other sites. But that was only one time that I did off-page SEO, and maybe that was one of the factors that helped that site to be one of the best ones.
So a 301 to redirect. I've heard that those could be helpful.
Yeah, I did actually install WordPress on it and manually picked those links that are bringing those high PR backlinks to it, and because I didn't want to use this this kind of when you do 301, you can basically set it up to redirect every single page, but I didn't want to do it. I wanted to do this like the separated link redirects, basically separate redirects from each page that is bringing these high PR links.
Makes sense. Cool. Well, I am gonna go ahead and sign off here, but like I said, you guys are free to continue. So everyone, just have a good night, and I'll see you guys next time.
Beautiful.
Okay. Thanks. See you.
Thank you for everything.
Good night. Thank you.
No problem. Enjoy it.
Okay, guys. You guys want to keep the dialogue going or call it a night?
It's nearly morning here, so I gonna finish now. It's it's nearly 3 a.m. here, so.
This is dedication. This is why I'm gonna make the big bucks.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So I see you on the Facebook and next time in here. All right.
Sounds good.
Good night, Peter.
Bye bye.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Any other topics you guys want to go over, or anything you guys want to talk about?
It looks like did Michael leave?
Michael's still
Oh,
on.
Michael is still on. Hey, man, talk to me about the black hat. I'm always interested in the other side of the.
I've learned a lot of cool stuff about social signals and taking PBNs and redirecting them through social sites, the Twitters, the Tumblrs, the Facebooks, and then having the link, even though it's a no-follow link, redirect to your site. I'm starting to study up on that, and I've been documenting a lot of different inter-site linking, and some complicated inter-site linking patterns, which I'm starting to put together flow charts of, which could be interesting, just to redirect the page rank and redirect the traffic to the sales page or the money page. And Sherp Shaker, I could see doing that because you can build huge silos out that all redirect to your tactfully laid out linking strategy within your own site. But as far as the black hat stuff goes, what I've learned is buy quality expired domains, build them out for your niche, and direct them to your site. Another strategy which I've heard is you buy a expired domain in your niche, and then get paid links through, Fiverr offers, things like that, to one particular, expired domain that you're building out before you redirect it to your money site. Just because in case it de-indexes the site, it doesn't de-index your money site. It de-indexes the buffer site, as I'll call it. And I'm gonna try that out in the next couple of weeks. I just gotta get these other local sites up. I've got a dentist I'm working with, and I like the local niche. I know a lot of local business owners, so that's where I'm pretty much sticking for right now, is building out local sites. See, Michael says buffer is good. No, Mike.
Yeah, Michael, I gave so that maybe we can talk. It is Charlotte 2047. Tyler, if you want to connect with me, type Charlotte 2047.
I'm already copying it.
I lived there. I lived there for almost 30 years. So I think I'm the youngest guy in this group. I'm only 67-year-old.
Hey, that's a great thing, my friend. That was a great thing. How long have you been doing internet marketing?
I started about 4 years back, and I did a lot of Amazon sites when I started. I was in North Carolina, and it became a Nexus state, and somehow I started a business and went through some bankruptcy and all that. So I moved to Atlanta, and I started the sites, and Atlanta, Georgia became the Nexus state. So I was so fascinated with the Amazon. And then I started some, I was making reasonably good money with my paid traffic, PPV and CPA offers. But I just want to do the regular SEO and do the SERP Shaker. Soon after I saw this, I started devoting my time on this. So that's what it is.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, Michael, you are my younger brother. You are just, we reversed the 64 and that one. Okay, yeah.
Hey, it's still young. That's still young these days.
Yeah, 46 is young. 67, I still feel young at my heart.
And you still are. I mean, the 60s are the new 40s. People are retiring later. People living much longer, and you figure you've got another 40 years in you. So
yeah, my father and my grandfather both lived till they are 85, and they were active till the minute they died.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I just added you to Skype.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the reason I like the local is because it pays well. The one.
No, I understand. Do you know Brian Anderson, who is in the Atlanta area? Brian Anderson and Brown.
No, I might. But
They were very big on the local, and I got trained under them, and then I started going out to several local businesses.
okay.
And due to my age and my ethnic background and things like that, I just couldn't get any local business, and I got fed up. So I said, no, no more local. So that's why I switched
Okay.
back.
See, my approach to it, the way that I've kind of developed this is I build the site out, I get it to rank generically, and then I get it to what I've done for the one dental site is I called up around, I actually had a couple dentist friends, and I said, hey, I'm building out a site, I need to direct traffic to you. Do you mind if I use your name and number? They were, no problem. I was sitting in my dentist's office actually when I first thought of the idea. She's like, yeah, no problem. You know, it's not like I know my dentist that well. She's my dentist. Built out the site. She was getting the calls and the traffic, but I built out the site, you know, for a huge geographic area. Then I went out to local dentists in that area and said, do you want these, you know, 5,000 pages? It will cost you $400 a month or $500 a month. And they jumped on it because it was a no-brainer for them. Their pages are already ranking. We already saw that they were gaining. It was, you know, we were getting clicks. We were getting traffic. She was getting calls from them. Now I'm renting them out.
How did they know you are the one who is sending the traffic? How did they know they are getting calls from?
Because they're my pages and it's my numbers.
Okay.
Okay,
who are you?
Right now I use Google Voice numbers because they're free.
Okay.
And you can track the calls and the durations. There's a couple of phone services that I have I have a brick and mortar business, and we have several numbers. So I do an advertising campaign. Depending on what the campaign is, I'll go out and get another number. It's about $10 a month, 15 with call recording. So for $15 a month, I can actually record all the calls for each number to see, how many calls. Like we do billboards. How many calls are the billboards getting? How long are the calls? Who were the customers, just in case we have a problem, or if we get the same number from 2 different lines. But long story short, for this, I'm using Google Voice numbers, and I just transfer the number directly to them, so they don't. It's a straight pass-through. They don't know that it's a Google Voice number. It just rings. Their phone rings. Someone picks up. But in Google Voice, you can log in, pull up the number, and you can see this particular number, which is correlated to a particular, I do geographic region, so counties, just because it's easy for me to keep track of. This county, this number got 20 calls this month or 30 calls this month. That's value to someone. And I just went out to dentists in that geographic area and said, hey, do you want this? Normally, with this was pretty much the first call, you know, talking to the owner or talking to the person in charge of their advertising, and you make it so inexpensive, $400, $500 a month, and to them, paper advertising like a Clipper ad or a newspaper or a magazine, it's a one run in a very small geographic area for anywhere from $500 to $1,000 for one run per month. So for something to be live with a phone number directed directly to them, it's kind of a no-brainer, and it's worked out well. It's the same thing I did. I have a roof cleaning business around here. I built out dozens upon dozens of pages for that, and again, I'm tracking the number, but it's my business, so I see how it works. We get about 80% of our business, 80 to 90% of our business off of internet traffic. I've done billboards, I've done road signs, I've done you name it as far as advertising, and we've tried it all. And people turn first to the internet, and we can provide them a resource where it's informative. It's just worked, especially with the roof cleaning. It really has worked well. And that's the next sites I'm going to build out. I'm building out a authority site this next month coming up for roof cleaning, and I want to do it national. I want to do a global page, just because roof cleaners are normally a roofing person who's transitioned into roof cleaning because it's a good add-on, or it's a business that they can do. It's a niche. but they're not technologically savvy. They don't know how to use the internet. They know it's a good thing. They normally pay like a high blue to build out a site for them. It doesn't get them any rankings because it's not SEO. It's not designed right. And with SHRP you can build out tens of thousands of sites for every county, every town, every city in the niche of roof cleaning. And then again, go to local roof cleaners and say, hey, here's what we got. Plus, I already have the videos made, and I have all the content written and all the content made to put together a very comprehensive site for roof cleaning. And so that's the next thing I want to build out. I'll build it out. I'll start generating the traffic. I'll start sending it to guys for free, and then they're not going to know where it came from. And then when a month or two goes by and I've gotten them 20 or 30 calls, I'm going to call them up and say, hey, has your business spiked in the last few months? And when they say yes, they're going to say, why? And I'm going to say, because I built all these sites out for you. I've been sending you that traffic if you want it to keep going. And again, make it an inexpensive, affordable amount, $400, $500, $600 a month, where, again, for advertising, that's dirt cheap. If I get you an extra 20 calls a month or 30 calls a month at $400 a month, that's any business, any trade business would jump on it. My friend Chris, I'm building out.
Are you familiar with Trulio?
With who?
Trulio.
Trulio?
It's a phone numbers, a dollar for number, and you can put that number and track it through them. I think it's called Trulio. I'm not sure about the spelling. I used them a couple of years back, so. Okay, that's not important. Okay, so when you build the sites, like you were saying about the dentist, did you build a local site and send the traffic to him, or did you build a national site and send the traffic to him?
Locally geographic. Local, not locally geographic, that doesn't make sense, but local. It's all about when you're at home and you're searching for a dentist, you're going to type dentist Westchester County or whatever town you're in, Hopewell, New York, and you're going to say, I need a dentist here, not a dentist in California, or not a dentist. You're going to type in one of a few things: dental, dentist, crowns, fillings, tooth pain, toothache, tooth repair, something with those keywords. And normally a geographic indicator like a town, a city, even a county or a zip code. So I build out pages based around that, just because I know if I'm searching for a dentist, that's what I would do. If I need a dentist, I need a dentist now. I might be on vacation somewhere. I'm going to type in, hey, I'm going to ask where I am, what's the zip code, and that's what I'm going to search. And Michael, it's been good as well. Next time, hopefully you can get a mic. He's already dropped.
Okay, it's you and me, so let's call it a good night, my friend. And I'm so glad that you did do this. And the last few minutes of the recording where I said I went through bankruptcy and all that, if we can take it out from the recording, it will be.
I'm going to make this video private.
Okay.
Once we get out of here. And if anyone wants to view it, I'll release it to that, because I don't know how to edit YouTube videos.
Okay, that's fine.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it private right now so that this is an inner thing between us.
Okay.
And and if I can, I definitely will.
Okay. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem. It's been a pleasure.
Let's try to start a Skype group. That way, when there and then within less than a day, people can answer it. So.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks, man. Good night.
Good night. Have a great weekend.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.